Cool. Maybe if you want to just start by introducing your name, like where you're from
Sure.
and what you're doing in Sheffield.
Yeah. My name is Jonathan Winfield. From Norway. Live in Bergen. Um, I'm at a climate conference in Cambridge.
Yep.
Next week in Manchester. So here in Sheffield for the outdoors, doing some running over the weekend.
Okay, amazing, amazing. And I'm going to go with a pretty kind of deep end question, but what would you say in your own words? Like, what is like the purpose and meaning of life?
Oof, well, that is a very deep question. Well, I think for me, it's about having sort of deep connection with people and nature. I think this is the most important for me.
Okay.
But also realize that might mean different things.
Yeah.
To different people.
Yeah. No. Of course. Yeah. Yeah. And like, would you say that you've always had that meaning for like most of your life, or like you had a point of your life where you had a big change, or what would you say?
No, it's been pretty much the same since I think it's just the way I was brought up by my parents.
Yep. Were they very outdoor people as well?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we grew up in the countryside, so it's
okay.
That felt kind of natural. Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And like, would you say that would you say that you're really content with life, like with where you're at in life and things how they are?
I mean, I feel like it's getting a bit harder when you get older. I'm 30, turning 37 now, and a lot of my friends are having kids and all these kind of things, and you know, and so you can kind of feel that you're if you choose to live a slightly different life and you don't have kids by the age of say 30, that can feel sort of abnormal, even though it's not.
You have the pressure of society.
Yeah, a little bit. So I'm struggling a little bit, sort of to be okay with that and just be satisfied with where my life is right now and with the stuff that I do have, all the good things that I do have in my life. But it's not always easy. I mean, you have social media and all these kind of things that kind of you get bombarded with all these things, even though you maybe you don't want to, but yeah.
No, I appreciate that. And is it because you don't want to have kids, or is it just because you've not found the right person, or like what?
No, I do. Yeah, it's just. I mean, you can be different places, and I have a partner, but
it's not yet where you've come to that decision of wanting kids. Really,
not quite yet. No, no.
Okay.
So but hopefully in the future sometime.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And like, do you like believe there's like a God or a creator of the world?
Not well. I used to. I think.
You used to.
Maybe a bit more. I've always been sort of not super religious, but just felt like some stuff. I see that some stuff you can't really explain, and you kind of need some sort of higher force in a sense. I'm a natural scientist, so it's always a bit like difficult with these kind of things. But I would say I understand why people cling on to something. How to say, like a god or
And when you believed more so before, what was the reason for that, you think? And when you did believe it before, was it a certain way of believing in God, or like how did you kind of?
I don't think I ever had sort of a belief in God, but just a sort of a sense of there's something bigger, kind of. Right. My mom passed away almost 10 years ago now, and I think that changed a little bit. Like, but yeah, I never had this sort of deep belief in a God. I don't think so.
But that belief in a higher power never really led to anywhere, or kind of never spoke to your curiosity or anything like that?
Not really. No. As I said, it can be sometimes a bit hard to align with when you're in academia, natural science. It's sometimes difficult to be to be both very believing in a God and also in natural science.
Is that your work? Is that your career in like natural science?
Yeah.
So like, would you say their philosophy is like the Big Bang, or like what is their like from a scientific?
Yeah. I mean, I studied physics in my undergraduate, so you kind of start from there and build, right? So, and aligning that with sort of a creation theory, it's a bit difficult. There's some there's some gaps, but yeah.
And like, have you ever had like a kind of supernatural encounter in life before, like a spiritual experience?
Not that I would say no. Nothing that I would be like.
Because you say you have a relationship to nature, so I was just wondering if you ever kind of like how, you know, some people take it quite far, but some people have just kind of. So I don't know if anything kind of happened or like that.
No, not really. It just makes me happy. I think being outside and I think it's not much deeper than that. Just an appreciation of all the stuff that we have around us and we take for granted sometimes, right? And it makes us feel small. I think this is what I like about it, that we're a little bit insignificant sometimes. I live in a place where it's very rugged. So you can really get this sense of feeling very, very small. And I think it's good sometimes to feel like that. At least for me.
No, I totally agree. Like for me, I'm also like a very nature loving person. I'm very outdoors, into a lot of cycling and stuff. So I totally get it. You know, like I live in a city, so it's it's good to be out the city now and then. But I guess my question to you is like, obviously your main kind of career is like you say, as a some kind of scientist now. Would you say that has maybe affected you looking whether there is a God, or because it contradicts those beliefs, or like what would you say?
I think maybe a little bit like that your colleagues, it's not that everyone is sort of atheist or anything, but that tends to be the sort of the general, you don't talk about it too much, at least.
But obviously everyone believes that, right? Would you say that is also like a kind of religion as well, in a way, like atheism?
I guess it could be,
because it's a belief system, right?
I mean, and I think people just need. Usually, we kind of need something to believe in, and it doesn't really matter what it is to me. I mean, which God it is, it's kind of we sometimes we need just to put our faith in something that's just bigger than ourselves, and that can be whatever. In my opinion.
And when you like die, do you have any idea what might happen?
Well, I mean, I hope that. I kind of like this idea about the reincarnation, even though I don't really. Well, I don't know a lot about it, but this feeling of that we do as well as we can in this life to become sort of better versions. Reincarnated, right? I kind of like that philosophy.
Is that what the belief is? Like that you become a better version?
This is how I interpret it, but
Buddhism, right?
I think so. But don't quote me on it. But I kind of like that belief system, and I think I guess it's a similar philosophy with. I mean, if you believe in God, going to heaven, you only get in if you behave nicely, right?
Who says that?
I don't know.
I mean,
like Christianism, no? Or Christianity.
There's a certain idea of how a Christian belief system would be. Some people would talk about it that it's about how many good deeds you do and good works to get to heaven. That's what a lot of religions preach.
Yeah.
But actually, what the Bible says is that what Jesus did on the cross and his sacrifice, that's enough to get us to heaven. So it's not based on like whether I'm good, because if we're doing it based on our good works, it's never going to amount to enough, right? Because we're not perfect. Right? We're human beings and we make mistakes. I used to believe in reincarnation. Because I was into like I don't know, there's a lot of like new age spirituality beliefs where some people believe in like Taoism, some people believe in Buddhism, and they take bits and pieces from all religions. But they don't have a set doctrine. I used to believe that, but it led me down a very dark path, right? Because I was looking for healing. I was from a very broken childhood, so I was desperate, like, because I had a lot of depression. But then I had a real encounter with Jesus Christ in my bedroom, and when I cried out to God, He met me in that, and then that changed my belief, because I not only read it in the Bible, but I had my true supernatural encounter that made me know that I couldn't question it, if that makes sense. Now, when I look at it, if like you believe in reincarnation, right, you're putting your faith in that you're going to then come back in another body and you're going to, have another life, basically. But what if that wasn't the case? What if it wasn't the truth? Are you willing to risk that at the end of your life, to just say, okay, this is what I think might happen, but I'm just going to like leave it up to like...
Yeah, I think, this is the natural scientist talking, I think. So it's, I don't think that I would actually know when I die. The conscience is like, it's stuff like it signals in the brain
as well, right?
Yeah. And I want to believe that kind of continues on, but my sort of me knowing that I'm not existing anymore, I don't think that's a thing. We just stop existing, our sort of body.
Why would you want something to continue on?
Or like, no, I wouldn't necessarily. Well,
like with reincarnation and you get something better, is that because you want like something more?
No, not really. Because I think it's. I mean, I think it's more for my sort of loved ones and people that are not here anymore. That they like believing that they are somewhere nice and they are kind of following along. I kind of like that idea, even though I haven't thought about like where that might be.
Yeah.
But just that they're around somehow. But for my own kind of, I don't think I care. Once I'm not here, I'm not here.
Yeah. And like, what if though it wasn't the case of just not being here? Like, what if it was something like the punishment of going to like hell, or like more like eternal suffering, for example?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you don't really know, and we don't have a way of knowing, in my opinion.
What if there was a way of knowing?
I mean, then, well,
because if there was a creator, right? Surely he would leave something for us to find the truth, or he would leave something there for us to discover it, right?
Well,
because he designed us, right, and he chose how the world would work.
Yeah, this is the part that I don't quite believe in. So I don't. Yeah.
I know you don't believe in it, but what I'm saying is that you believe in something. So you believe there is some kind of creator, but you just don't know what that creator is, right? Now, I think with the Big Bang Theory, it's like that the Big Bang just comes from nothing. Is that right?
It's a singularity. Yeah.
But like, how can nothing create nothing? It just doesn't make sense. I used to believe in the Big Bang before I even started going into like, Taoism and Buddhism. I used to believe in that just because it was what my parents believed. But I didn't actually do enough digging myself. I didn't truly seek myself, right? But that's then saying that if the Big Bang's real, that everything's just a coincidence, and there was no real creator that did create the world. Like, would you, like, what if you were just living a lie and you were living in a deception? Would that not bother you?
Well, again, I don't think I would have that we have a very good way of knowing. So I just believe that I try to live my life and be kind to other people and do stuff that makes me happy and other people happy as well.
Yeah.
And to me, that's enough.
And when you say there's no way of knowing, like when I mentioned before, to me there is a way of knowing.
Yeah, but that's what you believe. yeah, and I
But like, if you've never tried to figure it out, how would you know that that's not the case?
But that's not something that I am so interested in spending my time on. I think for me, it's more important to be present with the people around me and try to make their life worth living and my own as well.
Yeah, because like for me, like when I ever since I came and let's say I gave my life to Jesus, now the light in the light of Jesus takes the darkness outside of me. So it means that actually I can be more present in my relationships. I can be more loving in my relationships, because a lot of what was inside of me, like the bitterness and the anger and the hatred that comes out like subconsciously, a lot of that comes through healing in my walk with the Lord and with the Creator. But obviously our identity is everything we've ever known. Like, it's your job, it's who you are. And obviously if let's say a week from now you had an encounter with God that was just so unexplainable, then would you just ignore it?
Well, we have to see if that happens. But yeah. I have to move on. But yeah.
Do you have any final question to wrap up? A message to the world or anything?
No, just be kind to one another. That's I think that would be my main message. Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.